views, guys. I mean, we're reaching heights that a lot of channels that's way bigger than mine have not. For us to be over 80 million views, I feel like that is crazy in itself. It's million subscriber channels that don't even have that many views. But it just shows the connection we have here on the channel with the content, shows the connection we have, with me. And without you guys, there is no me. So I just want to take the time to thank you guys.
Caitlin Clark recently stirred up controversy after attending an Indianapolis Colts game and declining to put on their team jersey despite working and residing in Indiana. The situation generated significant discussion across social platforms and among local supporters. The upcoming WNBA finals are currently underway, though questions remain about how certain teams qualified for postseason play. The Las Vegas situation raised eyebrows among observers. Meanwhile, the DeWanna Bonner trade investigation with the Phoenix Mercury continues, with allegations surrounding how that entire transaction unfolded and her departure from Indianapolis remaining under scrutiny. Regardless of broader league developments, focus during this offseason period centers primarily on following Clark's basketball journey and related storylines.
For kind of, making me the person I am today on this platform. And I just want to keep growing and keep going. Now, with all that being said, we got to talk about the content that has happened. Really, the WNBA finals going on right now. I'm not really going to cover that. I care less, to be honest. I feel like the way the Vegas Aces got in there was spooky. We currently know the situation with DeWanna Bonner and the Phoenix Mercury. That whole investigation is probably pending, allegedly.
When Clark attended the Indianapolis Colts matchup, the appearance essentially dominated online conversations. Multiple clips and photographs emerged from the event showing her presence at the stadium. What caught attention wasn't just her attendance, but specifically what she chose not to wear. A particular photograph showing Clark holding but conspicuously not wearing a Colts jersey sparked frustration among certain segments of Indiana's fan base. The criticism seems misplaced considering she's employed in Indiana but hasn't concealed her longtime allegiance to the Kansas City Chiefs. Clark has been transparent about rooting for Kansas City since childhood.
Investigation is probably pending, allegedly, with the trade and how she got out of Indy. It was all a conspiracy, which, that's neither here or there. My main thing on this offseason is covering Caitlin Clark, going back to the roots, going back to how we got here. That's covering Caitlin and supporting her throughout her basketball journey. And that's what I will continue to do during this off season. And if some other headlines come in regards to WNBA stuff, I'll try to cover it. I know we got the CBA going.
Indiana represents her workplace, not necessarily her sports loyalty destination. Iowa, her home state, lacks an NFL franchise, leaving residents free to adopt whatever team resonates with them. This parallels situations where people embrace teams from states where they don't reside, even when the local team performs better. It's simply about personal preference and established fandom. The image showing Clark with the Colts jersey prompted various reactions. One comment noted her long-standing Chiefs devotion since youth, acknowledging the reality of the situation.
Try to cover it. I know we got the CBA going on. We still on Kathy ass bad. And we just got to wait to see what the outcome going to be with Kathy, man. But like I say, man, thank you guys again, but we got to jump into this story. So like I stated, Caitlin Clark went to the Indianapolis Colts game. Broke the damn internet. I mean, everybody's talking about it. A bunch of footage came out in regards to Caitlin going to this game, and it looked like a lot of fans.
Another response questioned the consistency of those claiming her jersey choice shouldn't matter, while simultaneously expecting other athletes to wear specific team apparel or display certain imagery. Interestingly, another player mentioned in these discussions has seen their relevance decline dramatically within the league. The trajectory and public interest surrounding Angel Reese has dropped precipitously, with much of that decline appearing self-inflicted based on various off-court decisions and controversies. Some supporters expressed gratitude that Clark even agreed to hold the jersey, recognizing her genuine Chiefs fandom. The photograph itself shows appreciation and respect even without her actually wearing the uniform. Looking at the image, Clark holds the jersey but clearly isn't putting it on.
And it looked like a lot of fans feel a type of way, which I don't get it. She made it public, you know what I'm saying, that she's a Kansas City Chiefs fan, which is, Kansas City Chiefs is in my home state here in Missouri. And she got every right to not wear the damn jersey. So this is the photo right here that has certain fans in Indiana kind of pissed off. And like I'm telling y'all here, she
That jersey will likely become a nice memorabilia piece, probably framed and displayed somewhere in a sports collection. Declining to wear it doesn't signal disrespect toward the Colts organization or fan base. They simply aren't her team. Supporters shouldn't take offense at someone maintaining their established sports loyalties. Connor McCaffrey accompanied Clark to the game, and Arie McDonald was also spotted in attendance. McDonald represents an interesting situation for the Fever moving forward. There's legitimate argument that she deserves significant playing time and possibly should serve as Clark's primary backup.
Like I'm telling y'all here, she work in Indiana. Who you support is who you support. She's obviously not from there. Iowa don't have a football team. And it's kind of like me, supporting other stuff, other state stuff. Like I support Colorado football. Well, at least for now. Over my Mizzou Tigers, which Mizzou is way better than Colorado, but that's just who I rock with, and it's the same thing for Caitlin. Kansas City Chiefs is who she.
The chemistry appears promising, and Indiana would be wise to retain her services. The franchise needs to ensure everyone returns healthy, negotiate appropriate contract structures, and keep the core roster together around Clark. Looking at how the season unfolded, the team achieved considerable success reaching the playoffs. However, there's reasonable speculation that with better circumstances, a championship might have been achievable. Clark's celebrity status means traditional credential requirements don't apply in the same way. When someone reaches her level of fame and influence, standard access protocols become somewhat irrelevant.
Who I rock with, and it's the same thing for Caitlin. Kansas City Chiefs is who she rock with, but for her to be criticized and not put on a jersey is crazy. What it says here, somebody say, nope, she's a Chiefs fan since she was a kid. Yeah, bro, it is what it is. Somebody said, I have no problem with her not wearing that jersey, but the same people who say it's no big deal wanted AR to wear a shirt with Parker's face on. I don't know why they comment about Angel. She has nothing to do with this.
Even when she and McCaffrey appeared on the stadium's big screen, she remained jersey-free. Someone possibly identified as Natasha Howard was noticed in the background of certain footage. Clark's presence at games has coincided with strong Colts performances. The team secured a decisive 41-6 victory during this particular matchup, continuing what's been an impressive stretch. Indianapolis ranks among the NFL's hottest teams currently, delivering dominant performances week after week. Looking ahead to league business, uncertainty surrounds various situations.
I don't know why they comment about Angel. She has nothing to do with this. Angel has become one of the least relevant WNBA players, in the whole league. I just got to be honest. I've never seen a genre tank so bad as the Angel Reese genre did. And what's crazy is that she tanked her own damn genre. It's crazy. Somebody said, lucky she'll even hold the jersey. She's a real Chief fan. She definitely is, guys. And, yeah, man, I don't get why people are mad. Somebody said, replying, Caitlin Clark, come on, bro. Yeah, I see the love.
The collective bargaining agreement negotiations remain ongoing, with critical deadlines approaching. October represents the final window for reaching an agreement, with specific dates toward month's end marking crucial cutoff points. Either October 25th or 30th will determine outcomes. Whatever happens will unfold within this time frame, determining whether a work stoppage occurs. The duration of any potential lockout remains unknown. It could extend for weeks or resolve within days. Nobody can predict with certainty. League officials and player representatives must establish terms for a collective bargaining agreement that addresses compensation and working conditions for athletes.
Dissatisfaction. The WNBA Players Union opted out of current CBA, which now expires on the 25th of October. Players are seeking a larger share of league revenue, especially with the new multi-billion-dollar rights deal, which is all fair, all absolutely fair. But the fact is, the fact that Adam Silver's speaking on it means that, shit's gonna get done. Shit's gonna get done one way or the other, one way or another. I don't think anyone's.
Until that happens, everyone exists in a state of suspended anticipation. This final month will provide answers. Some speculation suggests the possibility that certain individuals might welcome an extended offseason to benefit alternative leagues like Unrivaled. Theories circulate about whether delaying the season serves strategic purposes for competing basketball ventures. Time will reveal the actual motivations and outcomes. The Nafisa Collier situation also draws attention, with various theories circulating about her involvement in broader league dynamics.
Like, I don't think anyone's really going to be out here thinking that this is not going to happen. Like, I think like we can all be honest here. Shit's gonna get done. Shit's gonna get done. It is going to get done. Like, we know that. We all know that. With just the way that the NBA works. The NBA, if you guys don't understand with the NBA, I think there's actually there's all these conspiracy theories that the WNBA has been basically just like the WNBA.
Multiple factors remain in play as October progresses toward its conclusion, bringing resolution to numerous outstanding questions about the WNBA's immediate future and how various stakeholders will navigate the evolving landscape of women's professional basketball. The topic at hand involves the upcoming collective bargaining agreement discussions and recent comments from Adam Silver regarding the situation. Silver holds the highest position in the league hierarchy, meaning his statements carry significant weight in determining outcomes. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver has publicly recognized that the WNBA faces challenges related to growing tensions with players. The WNBA Players Union made the decision to opt out of their existing CBA, which reaches its expiration date on October 25th. The athletes are pushing for an increased portion of total league earnings, particularly given the recently secured multi-billion-dollar media rights package.
Like, the WNBA, there's been a lot of bad financial decisions made by the NBA. They've dumped on the WNBA, which to say it's losing money. So you can throw it somewhere to say the NBA is gaining money. That could very well be true, which is why they're not showing the numbers. But if they really don't want to show the numbers, they will give the players everything they want before showing the numbers. If they are actually worried. And also, if you guys don't understand with the NBA, there is a very good chance, this is the only thing
these demands appear reasonable and justified under the circumstances. Silver's direct involvement suggests that resolution appears likely. When the commissioner personally addresses such matters, it typically indicates movement toward agreement. The situation doesn't present major concerns about reaching a settlement. Progress seems inevitable given how these organizations operate. There are various theories circulating about the WNBA's financial structure.
The NBA. There is a very good chance. This is the only thing I think could be a stick-up. I do think the Unrivaled thing is going to be a stick-up because we're seeing it in Europe. Like, I'm European. EuroLeague is not going to exist in 2 years. EuroLeague is going to be NBA Europe within 2 years because they just can't afford EuroLeague. The NBA want control of world basketball. They want control of world basketball. So we're going to be seeing, like, FIBA obviously are in control of world basketball. I don't know how long that is. Maybe the NBA want to do international play.
Some speculation suggests questionable accounting practices where the NBA has allegedly attributed certain losses to the WNBA to show it operating in the red, while simultaneously claiming profitability for the NBA itself. These claims could hold validity, which might explain the reluctance to reveal detailed financial records. However, if transparency becomes a genuine concern, league leadership will likely concede to player demands rather than expose their books. Another potential complication involves the NBA's broader ambitions. Evidence suggests a desire for expanded control over global basketball operations. EuroLeague faces significant financial pressures and may not survive beyond the next couple years, potentially transforming into an NBA-controlled European operation.
I don't know how long that is. Maybe the NBA want to do international play. But I think they do. I think the NBA want a piece of every single bit of basketball. I think that's not a fact, but that would be my thinking of it all. And Kathy's going nowhere. Sarah Kathy Engbert's presided over historic growth, but there's no question that there's issues need to address with our players. They're just not economic. There's relationship issues as well. I'm confident we can fix those over time. This league can continue to be on the rocket trajectory it's on.
The governing body currently overseeing international basketball might face pressure as the NBA seeks influence over every basketball market worldwide. This represents speculation rather than confirmed fact, but the pattern appears consistent. Regarding Kathy Engelbert's position as commissioner, she remains secure despite ongoing controversies. Silver stated that Engelbert has overseen unprecedented expansion, though acknowledged both economic and relational problems requiring attention with players. He expressed confidence these matters can be resolved while maintaining the league's upward trajectory. The financial transparency problem creates significant obstacles for negotiations.
Rock trajectory it's on right now. So, look, Kathy's going nowhere. And we all know about the financial things that we, like the league, they won't, like, the players can't even negotiate properly because they don't know how much money the league's making. They don't even have a bargaining chip. They just, like, they don't know. And that's probably their biggest bargaining chip is like, well, we actually can't negotiate here because you aren't telling us how much money we're making, or you aren't showing us detailed breakdowns of where we're making or losing money. You're just throwing numbers at us.
Players lack access to comprehensive revenue data, making it difficult to bargain effectively. They don't possess clear information about actual earnings or losses. This absence of information paradoxically becomes their strongest leverage point, arguing they cannot properly negotiate without understanding true financial performance. Rather than receiving detailed accounting breakdowns, players receive vague figures which justifies their frustration. Their anger about this lack of transparency seems entirely warranted. The WNBA now finds itself in a position where resolution appears probable.
We're making or losing money. You're just throwing numbers at us, which I think is completely justified if you're one of these players and you're kind of pissed at that. Like, I think that's completely justified to be pissed in that scenario. But either way, I think that the WNBA is now in a position where I think they're in a surprise. Like, you might be surprised to hear this. Like, I think shit's going to get done. If the NBA commissioner is coming in and basically like, yeah, we're going to come to a deal. Let's be real. Let's be real.
When the NBA commissioner directly intervenes with assurances about reaching agreement, outcomes become predictable. Some NBA franchise owners harbor resentment towards subsidizing operations and would prefer discontinuation. Many seek recovery of invested capital, though expansion fees will likely accomplish this goal. As the league grows toward 20 franchises, regardless of circumstances, every team that has absorbed losses while supporting the league will recoup investments through expansion revenue. Many have arguably already recovered costs through existing expansion fees, with guaranteed future recovery if not yet achieved. Engelbert's job security remains intact.
Deal. Let's be real. Let's be real. The NBA don't want. There's NBA owners that literally just hate the WNBA and want it gone. A lot of them want like some of their money back, but they'll get that via expansion fees. Like if this league expands to 20 teams. No matter what, every bit of the loss that every WNBA team has taken over however many years subsidizing the league, they'll get it back by, I think they probably already got it back in expansion fees, but they will
Silver's active involvement in labor discussions strongly suggests successful negotiations. When he takes direct action, outcomes tend to materialize. One prediction involves potential compromise regarding certain structural issues. A major complication centers around Unrivaled, the competing Winter League. Numerous players have established substantial commitments with Unrivaled, including multi-year media arrangements similar to TNT deals. These obligations cannot simply be terminated immediately, creating a potential sticking point.